Hello everyone, it's your boy Rage, and in today's video I have a topic that I've seen get brought up and debated. Now as I researched on this topic, it makes sense why people think Aizen was lying when he told Soifon that fights are based on battles of spirit energy. Now, the first thing we need to discuss is the difference between spiritual pressure and spiritual energy, since some people get them confused. Spiritual energy is what's stored in one's body, and spiritual pressure is how much pressure one's spirit energy exerts. If you want an example, think of a bin or tank of water with a valve. The water in the tank is their energy, and the amount of pressure coming out of the valve would be the spiritual pressure. If you want more information and a better breakdown of the difference, I'll put a link in the description where you can find it. The reason I bring this up is because people bring up that Eisen was talking about pressure, which is not the case. He specifically states energy. Now, with that out of the way, I've only seen four major arguments on why he was lying. One is Eisen essentially put them all under an illusion, and basically, since it was all an illusion, Eisen had to be lying. This argument isn't really debunking what Eisen said, nor does it confirm it was a lie. Some people seem to forget that Eisen controls everything that happens when he casts illusions. Let's say, hypothetically speaking, that it was all an illusion. What Eisen said still could be true, even though it was all an illusion. The second thing is that Eisen could have manipulated the captains into thinking they were fighting a fake Eisen or Momo the whole time. I think this is due to the fact that it's hinted at Eisen using it from the very start. He tells Shinji, what makes you think I wasn't using it? And we get a flashback panel to the very start of the fight. Now, I don't think this is true, and I'll tell you why later. To get back to Momo, she couldn't have taken all those attacks from the Gote and survived. She was already bedridden and passed out on the battlefield already and needed medical attention. Not only that, but Ichigo would have said something whether the Gote were fighting Momo or an Aizen that's not there. Even if you want to say that he did, it isn't likely he used it at the beginning of the fight due to the fact in the Thousand Year Blood War, when Aizen uses Kyoka in the final battle, Ichigo states that he knew he was using Kyoka due to the fact he got that same feeling like he did back then when he used it on the captains. We get a panel of a flashback where it's after Soifon hits her 2-hit sudden death blow or whatever. Now, I think that's enough to say that anytime after Soifon hit her 2-hit death ability is when he used Kyoka, which is why I don't believe Shinji's panels talking about how Aizen used Kyoka at the very start isn't necessarily wrong. It more so alludes to the fact that he could have used it from the start. Shinji and the others just couldn't tell. People like to say that he swapped with Momo right before Soifon lands the second sting. Now that could explain why Momo survives getting or possibly getting stabbed twice with Soifon's 2-hit death. But in order for this to be true, Ichigo would have had said nothing while Soifon thinks she hit Aizen for the second time, Shunsui stabbing Momo from the back, and Shinji doing his Shikai ability while Toshiro's just rushing towards Momo. Now, for what I think is the biggest one that I hear against this statement is that in the Thousand Year Blood War arc, Aizen's statement is contradicted. A few examples of this is Mayuri being able to stab and paralyze Kenpachi, Askin affecting true Shikai Ichigo with poison. Depending on how you interpret Yuha's statement, Ichigo is bare minimum Dangai to Maget's level. And one more is Aizen getting hit by Najaku paralysis. Let's look back at what Eisen specifically states in the context of it. Eisen says, and I quote, "Soul Reaper fights are battles of spirit energy. I will suppress your technique and powers with my own spirit energy." The key word in this statement is Soul Reaper battles. So a battle of a Shinigami fighting a Shinigami. So that statement that Aizen makes is only applied to Soul Reaper battles. This would explain why low level or weaker Quincy's can use their abilities and it work against god level characters such as Aizen and Ichigo. But Rage, what about Miori being able to paralyze Kenpachi? Well, the answer is very simple. You have to manually do it yourself. It doesn't do it subconsciously, and the captains seem to be unaware of higher energy negating hacks when it comes to Soul Reaper battles, or for any battles for that matter. The way Eisen describes higher energy negating hacks is you have to perform this feat. This would explain why Kenpachi would be affected by Mayori's Zanpakuto. He just didn't know you can negate the paralysis by using your own spirit energy. Since the statement is most likely true and only applies to Soul Reapers, this opens up a bunch of doors to difficult matchups like Espada versus Espada and how their abilities will act on each other, or things like Baragon versus Yamamoto or Aizen if Baragon's ability does work on them. I will be doing videos on these in the future. Right now I have 2 videos planned, one about the Quincy's ability to steal Bankai, as well as if Bleach is a light speed. By the time you see this video, one of them will be out in 2 or 3 days. With all that out of the way, that's all I have for this video. There might be more arguments against this that I'm not aware of. These were just the ones I was able to find when researching this topic. If you think I missed or overlooked something, let me know down in the comments below. If you give me a like and subscribe, I'd appreciate that. Thank you and have a rainy day.